Welcome back to another episode of your Digit Hustle News. As always, I'm Wade Teamer. Today, we are going to lead with the main event. We're talking about Polkadot and the German telecommunications giant Dutch Telekom. The story goes that T-Systems MMS, a subsidiary for Dutch Telecom, is actively participating in securing and maintaining the Polkadot network. As part of this announcement, T-Systems stated that they will promote secure communication between blockchains. To further add in this, they have acquired DOT tokens. The specific amount, of course, has not been disclosed, but they plan to hold these tokens to support interoperability between decentralized networks running on the Polygon main chain. Now, I must admit, guys, I've been seeing Polkadot in my dreams. I'll never forget how my wife told me about Polkadot back in January. I'm like, yeah, okay, but this Vechain though, right? Seriously though, our ladies have an eye for blockchains too, guys. The same way they have an eye for products that ultimately become household items. Can't explain it. Something about the psychology of it all. The point is, we got to listen to our queens when they say something, period. Now, I am working on a full dot analysis, so I won't go into too much into its power here, but I will show you guys this. Remember in July when the German government allowed 4 institutions to get involved with crypto? It's all about patience, my people. It's all about patience. Now, next up, I have a couple quick announcements before we get into our next news segment, starting with Elron holders. The Myar wallet has just added the Hollow Ride token. Now, remember, this is the token for the AR driving interface, VR metaverse that will be supported on Elron. I covered it on the channel a few months back. Might be time for an update now. And secondly, we finally have somewhere else to buy IOTA. Man, I was glad when I saw this morning, but essentially, starting today, KuCoin will be listing IOTA. Deposits will be available today. Tomorrow, you'll be able to trade, and then by December 31st, withdrawals will be available. Everything will be in motion starting January 1st, guys. So now we have no excuse to miss the IoT wave. Both IOTX and IOTA are in the exact same spot. I think I mentioned that too. But that being said, guys, let's move over to our next story. Our next story, the president of the United States just signed a new defense bill worth $770 billion. Now, what's got everybody so interested, what's got everyone in the blockchain world talking, is its focus around emerging technologies, specifically DLT. In a quote, it states that the bill directs the Secretary of Defense to develop a means of incorporating emerging technologies, including DLT, by no later than April of next year. The longtime digit hustlers know we've had our eyes on Mr. Biden all year, ever since he proposed the infrastructure bill that would ultimately be funded by the entire crypto market. Now, if we jump over to the lovely congress.gov, we can find the bill. And I'm telling you, this thing has to be north of 1,000 pages. But my teacher always told me that the table of contents is where you'll find the contents of the table. And in said table of contents, guys, section 2-3, division C, what I found to be the most interesting is the Department of National Energy Security Authorization and other authorizations. Of course, when I saw this, I thought Energy Web token right away. When you read a little bit more into it, you'll find that the environment, once again, is a very large focus. But with that, we also have a lot of discussion about data collection, IoT, and the healthcare field. That brings to mind projects like Constellation, which is already working with the US Navy. Something else to keep an eye out for in 2022. We'll definitely keep our eyes on Constellation. Seems that they are ready for the big time now. Speaking of big time, it's been a long time since we talked about the V. But when was the last time you saw a commercial for a Rolls Royce? My point exactly. Courtesy of the Times tabloid, guys, Vechain has been officially announced as Schneider Electric's digital ecosystem partner. This relationship actually dates back to the summertime when it was first mentioned by Sunny Liu, Vechain's founder. Now it has officially been made, according to a statement from the company itself. Really quickly, Schneider Electric focuses on green energy, guys. Again, back to the environment with an expertise in electrical grid systems and management. This partnership will ultimately see Vechain being used for grid operations and the management of data on electrical grids, something that Vechain does all too well. Lastly, on the subject of Vechain, their My Baby application has been given the green light by the Cyberspace Administration of China. This application will now be used in many hospitals in the country during the birth process, meaning birth records will essentially be stored using Vechain's VThor technology. Now, one more point that must be made here is that this My Baby application places Vechain in the IVF market, which in China is set to reach $2.8 billion over the next 3 years. Just let that sink in, guys. Let that sink in for a second. Finally, I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of the speculation sauce. I really think that 2022 is going to be full of surprises. Okay. We will see adoption on a scale like never before. And I truly believe that it's going to start in the payments sector. Let me explain. A few weeks ago, Apple CEO Tim Cook was on CNBC and he mentioned the fact that he personally owns crypto. Wouldn't mention any specific names, but this still got the conversation started. He would also go on to mention how he doesn't see Apple investing in Bitcoin from a financial standpoint, but they do see Bitcoin's power as a tool for payments. Here's where things get interesting. This article was written by Bradley Chambers, courtesy of 925.com, 925mac.com, great name. In it, he asked a question: what could Apple actually do with cryptocurrency? Well, it starts with their retail financial arm. Again, retail payments. He says that one way Apple could use Bitcoin is by integrating it into their existing wallet, which would allow people to use a system they are already familiar with to purchase and use Bitcoin. He then goes on to offer 3 ways that Apple could enter the crypto market. First, operate like an exchange, similar to what Cash App or Coinbase does. 2, set up a software or self-custody solution similar to an Abra. Or 3, and this one is my favorite, integration of the Bitcoin Lightning Network into Apple Pay. It's the last one that I see being the most probable. I've been saying that the Lightning Network is going to bring a new narrative to the story of Bitcoin next year. If Apple picks up on the Lightning Network, that's all she wrote, guys. That's all she wrote, my people. Lastly, he goes on to mention a potential partnership with Jack Mallers' Strike. This one is totally possible. For one, Strike is currently the number one used Lightning Network wallet on the market. Now, I have a piece coming out about Jack next week. Once you guys see that, you will be convinced. This guy just didn't pop up out of anywhere, guys. And it's very significant that he's choosing to focus on the Lightning Network. Again, the Lightning Network will be a game changer for Bitcoin in 2022. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that you never miss another one. Also, if you're new to crypto, Abra, Crypto.com, FTX, and Coinbase links are in the description. And as always, guys, before we leave every video, you know I want you to have a great day, have a prosperous day. Most importantly, we making this money. I'll see y'all in the next one.